Now, baseball may not have a kickoff, but that's okay because I don't really have room to kick it anyway. Oh, I hit the mic. It's all good. Anyway, let's kick off these deals here. So starting with 4 Canadian deals. For $469.99, you can get a 4670K with an Asus Sabertooth board. Great combo. You get a 3-year warranty on the CPU. You get a 5-year warranty on the board, as well as their dust cover and the thermal armor and the backplate and all that kind of stuff. Very, very solid combo. Next up, we've got that $399 notebook that we were talking about before, the Acer V5 Slim notebook. So you save $70 on that guy right there. Next, we have $299 after mail-in rebate for a Galaxy GeForce GTX 670. This is actually a very outstanding deal, and I would highly recommend checking that one out very quickly because there's a very limited quantity available. And next up, the Slate 7 from HP is only $145. That is the end of our Canadian deals. No more Canadian deals. Actually, you can go to ncix.com. You can find lots of Canadian deals. But those are the 4 that we're doing right now. In the US, you can get the Samsung 840 250 gig for only $163. Remember, the 840 EVO is coming very soon, but while it performs better than the regular 840, it is going to come in a little bit more expensive. So now's a great time to pick up a very solid mainstream drive. We've got a $140 US Brother multifunction all-in-one. And 2 more deals. The BitPhoenix Survivor is only $50, and the Asus VG278HE LED monitor is $375. Now, it is a TN panel, but it has a very high refresh rate, which means motion is much smoother when you're running at high frame rates. And me moving around like this is not going to benefit you in any way, because you're watching this on YouTube, so it's running at 30 FPS regardless, or 24, or less, but not more. So up to 120 frames per second, and you can get yourself some NVIDIA 3D Vision goggles, which look pretty much like this. Well, okay, different. But you can get those, and you can play games in stereo 3D. Now, we have special correspondent Agent Keys live on the scene of this next slide. Over to you.
Thank you, Linus. If you go into an NCIX store right now and check in on Facebook, you can enter to win a $100 NCIX gift card. So check that out. If you're too busy gaming inside and you don't want to go to the store, you can write a recommendation on Facebook and you can enter it that way. So check that out. Also, we got to our 190,000 milestone on our Facebook page and we gave out a bunch of gift cards, but we're going to do it again for 200,000. So if you get all your friends to like the Facebook page, go and like the Facebook page, you can enter to win one of 20 $100 gift cards from NCIX. So that's awesome. Back to you, Linus. Oh.
We might as well just drop the charade here. Come on over. We're actually in the same place. These aren't even microphones. These are pens.
This is awkward.
So
I'm sorry.
So, Chromecast. Yes. There we go.
Exciting.
Google. $35. Small dongle.
It's so cheap.
I mean, what does this thing do?
It does everything. Streaming, screen mirroring, Netflix, YouTube, Google Play.
It's actually kind of fantastic. I mean, they're taking products like Apple TV and just turning them completely on their head by having this. So the thing is actually capable of being powered by the HDMI port on the back of a modern TV. Otherwise, you do have to have it plugged in order to keep it going. However, even TVs that don't have a powered HDMI, some of them do have a random USB port for power on the back of them. I know mine does. So you can actually power it that way as well, rather than just having a dedicated plug running into your power bar for this. But the only drawback of it right now is, where are you going to get one?
They're all sold out. You can't get it in Canada, and we're in Canada. So
Google is quoting 3 to 4 weeks to get one of these, even in the US. Never mind in territories where they're not available yet.
It's too long.
Speaking of Google, right there.
Jelly bean.
Jelly bean.
It's going to support 4K, guys.
We think.
They found a piece of code in the source code for Android 4.3.
They found a piece of code. No, you said it right. I'm just teasing you.
They wanted to eat some pho, and it sorry.
Jelly beans. Anyway, the point is we're going to have 4K support, which means either one of 2 things. Maybe we're going to see a 4K tablet. Seems unlikely.
Or a set-top box Google TV
There we
running
go.
4.3.
So between Chromecast and 4K support for Jelly Bean 4.3, some cool things are going to be happening over the next little bit. Speaking of cool things, the Oculus Indie Cade, the VR Jam. So Oculus is that next generation virtual reality headgear thing that is much better than the headgear you get at the dentist. Actually, just
It's a little better.
it's a little better.
Some
Very
people
different.
like it more.
I mean, you could put this in your teeth,
I don't think it would work,
but you shouldn't. So what is the Indie Cade VR Jam?
they're having a 3-week game jam in August with indie developers, and they're just going to get together and make a bunch of games just for the Oculus. And there's a bunch of prizes, two grand prizes of $10,000
$10,000.
and 20 secondary prizes of $500. So
when
it's
you-
like,
When you consider how many game devs, particularly indie game devs, seem to create games for nothing, I guess
There
the
you go.
opportunity of getting $10,000 for it sounds pretty appealing, and nothing that they do can make Oculus and virtual reality come fast enough, I think, for many PC gamers. So
the sooner this happens, I can actually live in my computer. My life will be Tron. It'll be awesome.
speaking of indie, David Bowie.
Indie games!
Alright, so you've got a little tiny Xbox Live icon there because we've been embarrassed to talk about Xbox
Yeah.
for a while here. But the tides are turning and indie games can be self-published on the Xbox Live Arcade, of course. Sony's been doing this with PS3 for a while, but there are some new benefits.
Well, if you publish on Xbox Live, you'll be able to use Kinect, their cloud computing servers. You'll be able to actually promote on the front page with like the big budget ones too. So that's gonna be awesome.
That is absolutely fantastic. Next up, we've got more news about Haswell. So the lowest TDP, which previously was 6 watts, it's now been revealed that they're going to be able to achieve 4.5 watts. That could mean anything from fanless core processors on very small desktops to, I mean, what's this thing here?
It's a Samsung tablet. I mean, well, they didn't actually say that they definitely put them in tablets, but you're definitely going to have thinner, quieter, more power efficient laptops without fans in them. So I mean, that'll be awesome.
Very, very exciting. And next up, speaking of mobile processing, Kepler-based GPU technology that NVIDIA is showing off right now. So this is their Logan codename project, and it is, what's the point of this?
Well, this is Logan. Actually, that's not his name. His
No,
name's
that's
Ira.
not Logan
His name's
at all.
Ira. This is Logan. Logan and Ira. They're using their Kepler architecture from their graphics cards for PC graphics cards in a mobile processor. It's not as good, obviously. It's not going to be, like a Titan in your phone, but it's pretty impressive still.
But when NVIDIA told me several generations ago we're going to be looking at that time, modern generation console graphics on a mobile platform within a few years, I kind of went, okay, sure. Now we're getting there.
It's actually there.
We're very close.
We're there. It's the future right now.
Well, actually in the future, because it's not there yet. Like, you can't buy this.
The future is now!
Tomorrow.
Future is pretty soon!
So I want to say a big thank you to our special guest correspondent, who is not necessarily a guest correspondent, because you're going to be joining us pretty much on an ongoing basis, aren't you?
I think so.
Keys?
We'll see.
Is that your name, Keys?
My name is Keys.
Agent Keys?
They call me Keys.
Professor Keys? Or just they call me Keys?
Professor Agent Dr. Keys.
Excellent.
PAD. Pad Keys.
PAD?
PAD Keys.
Alright, well don't miss any future episodes of Netlinked Weekly or anything on the NCIXCom channel by making sure you're subscribed. And since YouTube's subscription mechanism very rarely works, also make sure you come back and check it from time to time.
Please.
Please do that.
Please.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I'm sorry.